Hey City Kids, I hope you had a great Halloween and I hope you enjoyed an extra hour. An extra hour of 2020? Whose idea was that? Anyways, what did you do? Did you sleep in? Nah, probably not. Did your parents sleep in? I doubt it. Well, anyways, I hope it was a good day. And I'm so glad that now it's November and next is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Last week we got to meet my neighbor, Richard. He enjoyed teaching us last week and said he wanted to help us again. So keep an eye out for him next week. Before we get into today's Bible story, let's stand up and stretch and sing. Here we go.
Oh yeah, we're back. Yeah, this is the moving song part 2. Oh yeah. You stop saying yeah. Yeah. All right, everyone, get up on your feet. Shake out those legs. Shake those arms. Shake your head, and let's get moving. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. Everybody move to the left. To the left. Everybody move to the right.
Move to the right.
Move to the right.
Now running man, running man.
And dab. Another dab.
Don't stop.
And dab.
Don't stop.
And dab. Now the girls sit down.
Boys wave your arms, it's a touchdown.
And the boys sit down. Girls wave your arms. Show the talk on the down.
Everybody stand up and raise your arms up to the sky.
Yeah. And now put them back down again.
Nah, put your arms up.
Put them back down again.
No, up,
Down.
up,
Down.
up,
Down.
up,
Down.
up,
Down.
up.
Down. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song.
Now you gotta understand that God gave you some hands. So raise those hands in the air and give someone a high five, like you really do care.
Oh, yeah.
High five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five.
Face the front and let me see you in slow. Now pose. Clap your hands.
That's some good moving. But now we're gonna go pro. Can you keep up? I don't know. Here we go. Now Bob. Bob.
Superman.
Batman.
Superman.
Batman. Box step. Box step. And the robot freeze.
This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song. This is called the moving song. Moving song. Moving song.
Everybody flossing. Flop, flop, come on. I wanna see everybody flossing.
Am I doing it right, Mark?
No, not really. I wanna see everybody flossing. Flop, flop. I wanna see everybody flossing. Show us your favorite move. I wanna see everybody moving. I wanna see everybody moving. Moving and grooving.
Last week we learned about Saul and how Jesus changed his life and then he became known as Paul and went on to help many others. He became like a new person. Here's our memory verse from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17.
2 Corinthians 5:17. This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone and the new life has begun.
Paul belonged to Christ, which means he was like a new person. He followed Jesus and helped others follow Jesus too, just like the disciple named Peter. Peter was also one of the disciples who helped start the church many, many years ago. In Acts chapter 10, we learn about the time Peter helped a man named Cornelius. No, not corn. Cornelius, that was the guy's name. He was a centurion, a leader in the Italian army. There we go. He was a leader, and he wasn't a Jew, but he did love God, and he liked helping lots of people. So one day, he was praying. Well, not nighttime. It was daytime. And he wasn't sleeping. He was just praying, talking to God. And as he was praying, an angel told him to send some men over to Peter and have Peter come over to his house. So he told 3 men to get up and told them what happened, and then they went to go get Peter. At Peter's house, the next day, Peter was praying, and he became really hungry. Ooh, ice cream! I don't think they had ice cream, but they did get their food from animals, like meat. There we go. Well, sort of. They probably didn't have hamburgers and tacos, but they did have food that came from animals. I said it came from animals. There we go. So God told Peter to eat the animals. Some animals were considered unclean to eat, and Peter said, "Lord, I cannot eat these animals, they're unclean." But God told Peter, "Do not call something unclean if I have made it clean." Kind of strange, right? I wonder what it means. Well, Peter didn't know either. God told Peter not to call something unclean if he had made it clean, and he told him 3 times. Usually, when God repeats himself, it's really important, and we need to listen! God told Peter not to call something unclean if he had made it clean, and he told him 3 times. Usually, when God repeats himself, it's really important, and we need to listen! God told Peter not to call something unclean if he had made it clean, and he told him 3 times. Usually, when God repeats himself, it's really important, and we need to listen! So Peter gets up, and he's kind of confused. What does it mean? Well, he doesn't know yet. But right then, the men that Cornelius had sent to his house arrived at his gate, and they were asking for a man named Peter. Well, Peter sensed that God wanted him to go with these men. So he did. He went over to Cornelius' house. Cornelius was so excited to see him when he arrived. Peter went inside to his house, and there was people everywhere. That's a lot of people. And there was a whole room full of people waiting to hear what Peter had to say. It was then that Peter realized it didn't matter if he was a Jew or a Gentile or from any other nation. God didn't have favorites. He loved all people, and he sent his son Jesus to die for all of us. Peter now knew what his dream meant. Peter thought that some animals could be clean, but God said he could make any animal clean. Even that. Peter thought only some people could be forgiven and made clean too, but now Peter knew that God could clean and forgive anyone. This is good news for us, because we're not Jewish. And Cornelius wasn't Jewish either. Neither were the people with Cornelius. But they believed in Jesus and received the Holy Spirit, and we can too. And then they were baptized, and we can too. If you've decided to follow Jesus and you haven't been baptized yet, let me know. That way I can tell you when the next baptism service will be at the church. That way the whole church can celebrate with you. And remember to sign up for the City Kids class Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. in the gym. Thanks again for coming over, and keep a lookout for Richard this week. I'll see you Sunday. Bye, everybody.